Did you know that Scotland is home to over 100 whiskey distilleries, and each one has a unique story and process that brings their amber nectar to life? Welcome to the captivating world of Scottish whiskey. Dive into the heart of Scotland, where the magic of whiskey distillation unfolds. The process begins with three simple ingredients: water, barley, and yeast. Yet, these humble beginnings are the start of an intricate and fascinating journey that results in one of the world's most beloved spirits. The first step in the whiskey-making process is malting. Barley is soaked in water and then spread out on a malting floor to germinate. This germination process allows the barley to produce enzymes that will later convert its starches into fermentable sugars. After a few days, the germinated barley, now called malt, is dried in a kiln to stop the germination process. The smoke from the kiln, often fueled by peat, imparts a distinctive smoky flavor to the malt, a signature characteristic of many Scottish whiskies. Next comes the mashing process. The dried malt is ground into a coarse flour known as grist. The grist is mixed with hot water in a large vessel, the mash tun. The hot water activates the enzymes, converting the remaining starches into sugars. This sugar-rich liquid, known as wort, is then drained off, leaving behind the spent grains. Fermentation is the next stage. The wort is cooled and transferred to a large vat called a washback, where yeast is added. The yeast feasts on the sugars, converting them into alcohol and creating a frothy liquid known as wash, with an alcohol content similar to beer. The distillation process follows. The wash is heated in a copper still. As it heats, the alcohol and flavors vaporize, travel up the neck of the still, and condense into a liquid known as new make spirit. This process is repeated in a second still, the spirit still, to further purify and concentrate the alcohol. Only the middle cut of this second distillation, the purest part of the spirit, is collected to become whiskey. The final stage is maturation. The new make spirit is transferred to oak casks, where it will remain for a minimum of 3 years. During this time, the whiskey absorbs flavors from the wood, the air, and the unique local climate, a process known as the angel's share. It's during this stage that the whiskey gains its color, complex flavors, and character. Scotland is not just a place where whiskey is made. It's a country where centuries-old traditions meet innovation, where every distillery has its own tale to tell, and where every sip of whiskey is a testament to the craft, patience, and passion of its makers. In summary, the distillation process of Scottish whiskey is a journey, from the malting of barley to the maturation in casks. It's a process that turns simple ingredients into a spirit with a depth of flavor and character that is revered worldwide. Each sip of Scottish whiskey is a taste of its heritage, a nod to its history, and a toast to its future.